Donald Trump's promoting a death spiral for American health care? Does he think everything is based on perception and not truth? I mean, you go back in the history to, like, for example, Ivanka, selling condos in I believe it was their property down near Soho, and getting busted basically for lying to people, and there's this long history in the Trump world of just shoveling out BS and expecting people to buy it, and more often than not, people do. So, it seems to me that Donald Trump actually believes that if he just says something, he can make it real. And frankly, up until the last couple of months, that's been the case. I mean, that's been the case for decades. He used to run his own little kingdom. Now he runs the entire American kingdom, and he views it as a kingdom. That's why I use that word. But I think he's slipping here. But nonetheless, look at this Obamacare thing. Republicans have been trying for the 15 years that Obamacare has been around to end that program, to kill that program. I mean, they're just, hell-bent for leather to just end Obamacare. And it looks like they might be getting there. By ending these subsidies, not only will 20 million people lose their health insurance, or 20 million people see their 24 million, I believe is the number, see the cost of their health insurance double, or in some cases triple or even quadruple. Not only is that going to happen, but a measurable percentage of those people are going to lose their health care altogether because they just can't afford it. Their health care costs go from $400 a month to $1,000 a month. I mean, who's got $12,000 a year laying around? And so, anyhow, it's a reporter, this was last Friday, asked Trump, he said, at the end of the year, those extended Obamacare subsidies expire. What's your message to those 24 million Americans who will see their insurance premiums go up? And Trump says, well, don't make it sound so bad, because obviously you're a sycophant for the Democrats. You're obviously a provider of bad news to Republicans. And then he went on to call Obamacare horrible health insurance and accused Democrats of being totally controlled by the insurance companies. And finally, he said, I want to see the billions of dollars go to the people, not the insurance companies. I want to see the people go out and buy themselves great health care, much better health care at a very little cost. Now, this is a guy who has never walked into a grocery store to buy something for himself, has never filled up the gas in his car. He's had chauffeurs since the day he was born. He's had people do his shopping for him. I mean, this is a guy who has no idea what it's like to be an average person. None. And he has no idea how health care works or health insurance works. Frankly, I don't think he understands how insurance itself works. Because here's what's going to happen. When those premiums go up, the people who are on Obamacare, and we're talking, 24 million people, the people who are on Obamacare who are genuinely sick, who are already sick, who have pre-existing conditions, who have chronic conditions, and that's half of America, roughly. Those people are going to figure out a way to pay those premiums because they know that if they don't pay the premiums, they're going to get hit with bills that will wipe them out even faster than the premiums will. So whether they have to put it on their credit card, whether they have to mortgage the house, whether they have to get a second job, they're going to figure out how to pay the premiums. On the other hand, the people who are young and healthy, the people who are in their 30s or 40s or 50s or even 60s and still in really good health, they're going to just drop their health insurance. They're going to say, I'll pick this back up when I get older and the probabilities of getting sick are higher. Now, what does that do to the insurance industry? The insurance industry makes their profit on young, healthy people. And by the way, when this happens to the Obamacare recipients, it's going to happen right across the board. For example, if you have fewer people who have Obamacare, you have fewer people, who are able to pay their bills when they go to the hospitals. Well, what do the hospitals do? They have to make up those losses because the law that was passed during the Reagan era, this was back when Reagan was president, the Democrats were talking about a single-payer healthcare system. I mean, they've been talking about it since Franklin Roosevelt, right? And so Reagan's answer to this was to pass legislation that says that if you show up at an emergency room and you can't afford to pay for your care, they have to care for you anyway, and the hospital eats it. And so hospitals just started building that cost into their expenses, and so they raised their rates on basically everything they do because they have to pay for the stuff in the ER. Well, the ER is going to get a lot busier because people are going to, instead of going to urgent care, or instead of going to their doctor's office, or instead of going to the hospital, you know, for stuff that should have been diagnosed much earlier, they're going to be showing up in the ER with, you know, really tragic, long, you know, late stage conditions. People where their breast cancer has erupted through their skin, or, you know, their colon cancer has them bleeding out, or, I mean, you know, where they just, you know, they've got to be rushed into surgery immediately. And that's going to cause two things to happen. Number one, the smaller rural hospitals are just going to go broke. They won't be able to afford it. They will shut down. And we're already seeing that happening. We've already seen a number of small rural hospitals close just in the last year. But then the other thing is that the hospitals are going to raise their rates. Well, hospitals start raising their rates, doctors will raise their rates to go along with it. And what happens to the insurance industry? Well, they're going to have to raise their rates again. See, it creates what's called a death spiral in the insurance industry. There's not enough young, healthy people to subsidize all the unhealthy people. And so the unhealthy people are going to have to pay a hell of a lot more. And the industry is going to have to absorb some of that because there's not as many people who are insured now. And the whole thing just crashes. And this is where we're at right now. And this is, of course, this is what the Republicans... Now, there are some Republicans who are enthusiastic about this. This is, you know, remember when Ron Paul, when he was running for president back in, I think it was 2012, and, you know, Rand Paul's father, he was in the House of Representatives, and he was a physician, you know, prior to his political life. And he was asked by the moderator of the debate, you know, well, you know, if you want to get rid of all these health care plans and Medicare and Medicaid, and, you know, because Ron Paul, the libertarians, they don't believe that the government should do anything, should have any involvement whatsoever in health care. Keep in mind, the Libertarian Party, the libertarian idea was invented in the 1950s by the real estate industry to fight rent control. It was a scam from the beginning. But, you know, Milton Friedman and Ayn Rand brought it to us, and here we are. So anyhow, what Ron Paul says is, well, you know, back when I was a doctor, people would pay me with a chicken. I mean, honest to God, that was his response. Barter. People can't afford your health care? Well, maybe they can give you their car. Maybe they can give you their firstborn kid. Maybe they can give you the couch from their living room. I don't know. But so what are the Republicans doing with this? Well, you know, it's been 15 years since Obamacare, and now we've got Republicans who came up with 10 ideas. 10, this was yesterday, there was a closed-door meeting where House Republicans presented 10 possible ideas for health care. And what were those ideas? Well, let's have health savings accounts and give everybody $1,000. This is what Trump is pitching. Let's, you know, we got to come up with something, right? None of them made any sense. Let's encourage more PPOs. Ralph Norman, the Republican from South Carolina, says the consensus is we need to come up with something. But what? Well, they had no agreement. They left the meeting. All 10 of these things were presented, and all 10 of them were rejected. So what are they going to do? Well, you know, most of the Republicans don't want to do anything. They want to see the system fail. They think that then we'll go back to what used to be normal, which is what was normal, actually, in America only, which is where insurance companies say, oh, you have a pre-existing condition, we won't cover that. You're diabetic? Sorry. Oh, you have now diabetic retinopathy? You're going blind? We won't cover that either because that started out with your diabetes. You have cancer now? Well, that cancer might be related to your diabetes, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You remember the bad old days, right? It's 15 years ago, this is how it used to be. And then Obamacare ended that. It outlawed the whole pre-existing conditions thing. Well, one of the Republican proposals is to bring it back. Just let the insurance companies run this thing. Let them screw us all, rather than, you know, having the federal government play any role in this. I think that I think this is going to kill the GOP. Now, Trump just announced that tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Pacific Time, he's going to make a dramatic new announcement to the American people. My guess is that the Republican conference is coalescing around probably extending the Obamacare subsidies, but might have something to do with that. It might be that he's going to fire Susie Wiles. It might be that he's got something going on with the Epstein files. I mean, who knows? He says it's a big deal. I mean, he loves to do this, right? I mean, this is what he learned when he was on The Apprentice show. This is what Mark Burnett taught him. You know, his father taught him always be brutal. Roy Cohn taught him never admit to a mistake and always kick back, punch back twice as hard as you've been punched. And use the law, use lawsuits to destroy people. Even if you don't plan on winning, you will destroy them because they have to buy lawyers, they have to hire lawyers. They have to pay for that, and that just wipes out their savings. Mark Burnett taught him everything will go away in 2 weeks. It's why constantly Trump says, just wait 2 weeks. Because Mark Burnett taught him that within 2 weeks, Americans have forgotten what's going on. And that's why you have to constantly reboot things on Apprentice. And so now, you know, what is Susie Wiles, his latest parental figure who looks startlingly like his mother? What is she teaching him? I don't know. But if he loses her, I mean, you know, this interview here, or these 11 interviews, I guess, that produced this article in Vanity Fair in the summer in today's New York Times, seem to be rather troubling. So we'll see where this goes. But the bottom line here is I think it's time for the Democrats to get out there and start talking about single-payer health care, about Medicare for all, as a real solution to this. I think the American public are ready for it. What say you?